Hello students, BA part 3. We were doing long poem Christable by S.T. Coleridge. We did till line number 165. We were doing explanation part of it. Text is with you. Explanation is with you. Meaning is with you. Now you open text part of it and your explanation. I'll read lines. I'll explain it to you. Line number 166. Put bookmark. ऐसा पन्ना लेके और आप अपने जहाँ जहाँ अगर किताब है तो उसमें पेज बार बार खोलने की प्रॉब्लम से बचिए. Line number 166. Sweet Christable, her feet doth bear, and jealous of the listening air, they steal their way from stair to stair, now in glimmer and now in gloom. Glimmer, gloom. Alliteration. Alliteration is what? Repetition of speech sounds. T, 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 j, j, j. It is repetition. Glimmer. And now they pass the baron's room, as still as death, with stifle breath, and now have reached her chamber door, and now doth Geraldine press down the rushes of the chamber floor. The moon shines dim in the open air, and not a moonbeam enters here. But they, without its light, can see the chamber carved so curiously, carved with figures strange and sweet, all made out of the carver's brain. Means the carving with the carver, the person who carved it, जिसने कि उसको कार्व किया, उसकी मीन्स उसमें काट छाट करके बनाया, उसकी तारीफ की जा रही है. ब्रेन, so brilliant brain for a lady's chamber me, the lamp with twofold silver chain is fastened to an angel's feet. The silver lamp burns dead and dim, but Christable the lamp will trim. She trimmed the lamp and made it bright. ये आप इसको जब सुन रहे हैं मेरे से या जब आप पढ़ रहे हैं तो थोड़ा सा एक दिमाग में रखिए. आप लैंटर्न का व्यू, जो लालटेन हमारे घरों में होती थी, या आप इसको कह सकते हो चिमनी, बत्ती जिसमें होती है, इसको अगर हम अपनी लैंग्वेज में बात करें तो शायद ज़्यादा अच्छे से समझेंगे. तो हम बत्ती को ऐसे कुछ घुमाने का होता है तो वो बत्ती ऊपर आ जाती है तो लो तेज हो जाती है. उस बत्ती को अब रिवर्स साइड में करेंगे बत्ती के लिए तो वो नीचे हो जाती है, तो हमारे जो लाइट है वो कम होकर थोड़ी डार्कनेस हो जाती है. तो वो जो एटमॉस्फेयर है वो उस समय ये है कि वो इसको जो क्रिस्टेबल है वो इस प्रकार से उसको डिम और ब्राइट कर रही है. द सिल्वर लैम्प बर्न्स dead and dim, but Christable the lamp will trim. She trimmed the lamp and made it bright and left it swinging to and fro. क्योंकि वो लटके हुए हैं लैंटर्न्स, तो वो इस प्रकार से जॉइंट को आप छेड़ेंगे तो वो थोड़ा सा हिलेंगे. While Geraldine in red plight condition, bed condition, sank down upon the floor below. वो ज़मीन पे गिर जाती है. Oh, weary lady, Geraldine, I pray you, drink this cordial wine. It's a wine of virtuous powers. My mother made it of wild flowers. To give a strength, Christable, she offered wine to her, and she asked her to drink her, to get energy, to get strength. And will your mother pity me? It is, I think, line number 91, 92, 93, 193. Now I'll read explanation of this. First, listen it carefully. Line number 166 to 193. Charming Christable has taken off her shoes and taking every precaution not to produce the least sound. The two ladies pass stealthily from one flight of stairs to another. That lady, Christable, she asked that lady that please don't make sound. Why? Because my father is ill and he is taking rest. I don't want to disturb him. So let us go stealthily, quietly, silently to my chamber and you take rest there. Sometimes they pass through the faint light of the moon and sometimes through darkness. They are now passing Sir Llewellyn's room with suspended breath and as noiselessly as death. See, this is use of simile, comparison, that they did not produce a sound and silence was compared to डेथ. तो ये इसमें आपका सिमली मेटाफर इसका भी उपयोग है. ये इन लाइंस में आप मार्क करते जाइए क्योंकि एक्सप्लेनेशन जब आता है वह वाइल राइटिंग योर एक्सप्लेनेशन in the concluding part you have to write that here in these lines use of simile is there, use of alliteration is there, and then you have to give example for it. They have now reached the door of Christable's room and Geraldine stepped upon the rushes. Rushes, plants with long stems used in those days for covering floors, which were spread on the floor of Christable's रूम. क्रिस्टेबल के जो फ्लोर है, जो ज़मीन है, उसके ऊपर वो प्लांट्स के लंबे लंबे ऐसे बिछे हुए थे. 175 to 183. Line number 175. The moon shines dim in the open air. यहाँ से स्टार्ट कर रही हूँ मैं एक्सप्लेनेशन. 183 is for the silver lamp burns dead and dim. Outside in the open, the moon is shining faintly. The light of the moon does not enter the chamber, but even without the light of the moon, they can see the chamber with strange and beautiful figures carved skillfully on its walls. The figures carved there have all been imagined by the artist and are very appropriate for a lady's chamber. A lamp is suspended by a double silver chain which is fastened to the feet of an angel carved on the ceiling. Carving was done there. The silver lamp is giving a dull and dim light. रात का टाइम है, लैम्प जो है वो बिल्कुल धीरे धीरे चल रहा है और उसको तेज कौन करेगा? उसको तेज करेगी क्रिस्टेबल. But Christable will put the lamp in order. She clipped its wick and its light became bright. तेज करा लो उन्होंने. As she released it, it began to move to and fro. To and fro इस तरह से हिलने लग जाता है. In the mid air. Mid air मतलब हवा चल रही थी और हवा की वजह से वो जो लैम्प है वो हिलने लगा. Meanwhile, Geraldine, who was in a miserable state, एक वो शब्द आया आपके, plight, miserable condition. Plight means miserable condition. She was in a weak condition, collapsed on the floor. Christable said, "Oh lady, you are very tired. I request you to drink this tonic wine. My mother, she made it. This wine will have a very invigorative effect, means strength giving effect. My mother made it of wild flowers. She made it of wild flowers." Geraldine asked, "Will your mother pity me?" a most miserable girl. Now she requested uh, Christable that your mother, how she'll help you? How she'll help me? She'll help me if you'll give this wine to me. I have learned from the old grey haired mendicant that while dying, my mother had said that she would hear the castle bells strike 12 on the day of my marriage. Oh, mother, how can I wish that you were alive now? Because she was dead. Mother of Christable was dead. Geraldine said, I also wish that she were alive now. Now she also requested Christable's word. This is the hour of my influence. You may be Christable's protector, but you must go away from here because this hour has been assigned to me. अब आप देखिए change of attitude of this lady. Something happened. She called her mother, Christable. She said, Oh mother, how I wish that you were alive now. Geraldine said, I also wish that she were alive now. But quickly she added in changed tones, Go away from here, the wandering spirit of Christable's mother. By my magic power, I can send you away from here. Go to such places as the peak and the pine. Alas, what is troubling Geraldine, who stares with an unsteady gaze? Something wrong. Change of attitude noticed by Christable. Change of attitude of Geraldine is noticed by Christable when she requests mother, spirit of mother of Christable to go away from here. She said, This hour is assigned for me. It is still line number 213. I'll read little bit more. That is line 225 till line 225. Then Christable knelt by the side of Geraldine and looking heavenwards with her deep blue eyes said, How said, dear lady, this frightful ride has bewildered you. Geraldine wiped the perspiration from her cold forehead and in a weak voice said, The fit is over. Again she drank the wine made of wild flowers and her beautiful big eyes began to shine brightly. The majestic lady got up from the floor where she had fallen in a heap and stood erect, एकदम straight. आप ये देखिए वो ड्रिंक लेने के बाद वो एकदम straight और इतनी energetic हो जाती है कि क्रिस्टेबल को अजीब लगता है कि ये क्या हो रहा है. And she was very beautiful to look at, like a lady belonging to some remote land. And Geraldine changed her attitude, she changed her performance, and she was in a weak condition, but now she's changed, and it is something very surprising for Christable. She was a little bit rather afraid. Christable said, Very well. Accordingly, she took off her clothes from her sweet body and lay down in bed looking very beautiful. But so many thoughts of good and evil passed and repassed through her mind that she could not fall asleep. Therefore, she partially rose from the bed and, supporting herself on her elbow, looked at Geraldine. She was shocked. She wanted to sleep. She was also tired, Christable, but she was a little bit afraid also. She was shocked at how this change of attitude is there of Geraldine. Students, tomorrow we'll do concluding part of these lines 245 to 278, and then from we'll proceed to conclusion part of part 1, that is till line 331. Meanwhile, please read text, please correlate it with explanation. It is already WhatsApp on your WhatsApp. Try to understand it. If any problem, please talk to me. You can talk to me, you can ring me. Okay, students? Thank you. Take care.